welcome to my kitchen. Today I've got for you a very delicious recipe. Who doesn't like chocolate, right? And when you are on a restrictive diet, staying away from chocolate is the hardest part. So here I have for you a very easy and simple recipe for chocolate that comes out perfectly every time. Plus it's completely refined sugar free as well as dairy free, and it has like only three main ingredients, and if you include salt as well then it's four main ingredients. That's all, and it's extremely easy to make. You do need these molds if you want to shape them like a perfect, like a chocolate piece, or you could use like small mini paper cups, but these molds are perfect. These are silicone molds that I bought from Amazon. And the only downside to this recipe is that you need to store these once they are, you need to store them always in a refrigerator or a freezer. Otherwise, especially if the temperature is hot outside, they'll melt. So that's why they need to be stored in a cool place.
Alright, so let's get started. I have here all the ingredients and I have a saucepan. You could also use like a glass mixing bowl, and that's half a cup of raw cacao. You could use carob for AIP. And next I'm adding coconut oil that has already been melted. So melted before measuring it, and I've added 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons additionally of the melted coconut oil. And so I melt my coconut oil in a microwave in a cup, and then I measure out. And next is raw honey. So in case your honey is not pourable, you'll have to, take it out with a spoon, but measure 2 tablespoons full of it, and that goes into the saucepan also. And next I'm going to add a generous pinch of sea salt. Now I say generous pinch because I love that slightly saltiness along with the sweet flavor. It just kind of goes very well in this chocolate. And next I'm just going to add some vanilla extract. That's about 1 teaspoon. And all we need to do now is mix everything together. Now, if your honey was really thick and if your coconut oil is beginning to solidify, you can place this pan on the stove for a minute, and then keep stirring it till everything becomes smooth and you get a smooth mixture. In my case, that's not needed. It's altogether coming nice and smooth. That's it. And now all you need to do is pour it into the molds. So here I have those silicone molds that I ordered from Amazon, and I'll place the link for those in the description box. And these are just fantastic for making this chocolate. So pour the mixture into these molds. Now I'm going to make this in 3 different ways. The first one is just plain, where I'm not adding any toppings. And then I'm going to divide the mixture into 2 different bowls, and then I'm going to add different toppings. On one of them I'm going to add chopped walnuts. You could also use like a mixture of different nuts. Of course, nuts would not be AIP compliant, but if you're okay with nuts, then you can add nuts. And in the other one, I'm going to add some shredded coconut. So you can add different toppings to it. You could even add dried fruit, and things like that, like pistachios or different nuts. So pouring into the mold, I like to use a spoon. That way it's easier. And it can be a little messy, but not too bad. And now I'm going to add the coconut flakes that I'm using. You could use like shredded coconut too. Just mix it well, and then again just pour it into the molds. You could also use, by the way, mini paper, like the cupcakes, paper cups or liners. You could use that as well. But I find these silicone molds to be really best. And now I place it in the refrigerator for an hour. And now, after they have been in the refrigerator for an hour, here's how you pull it out. It's really so easy. It's, as I said, I love these molds. The chocolate comes out perfect every single time, and I have already made like many batches since I started making this. These are great to gift to friends and family. Everybody loves these. Store them in a refrigerator.